A lot of black men love going to Colombia. One of the reasons why I believe that's the case is just the close proximity to the United States, as I've stated before, and the affordability. And of course, beautiful Colombian women. Now, we're going to be honest here. A lot of brothers are tired of the matrix, tired of feminism. And when you look at Colombia, there is a diversity of women. So if you like Afro-Latinas, you can find that. If you like the more whiter Latinas, you can find that also. But you also find a whole lot of, community there. You find a lot of freedom. You find a relaxed lifestyle. Unfortunately, you also find the myth that, women are easy to get. And if you're an American, it's really attainable. So a lot of brothers, because they don't speak the language, they will turn to, you guessed it, Tinder. Recently, I came across this video on YouTube called "I Found the Girls Who Drugged and Robbed Me with Scopolamine, and This Happened." And of course, this is Colombia. Now, a lot of black men in particular have been going to Colombia for many years. One of the reasons is because it's relatively cheap, and two, it has close proximity to the United States. And of course, having a good time and being able to go to the beach in Cartagena and places like that, brothers find it to be very enticing. But what we're not talking about is the fact that many tourists, not just black men, are out here getting robbed by these gangs of ladies who are ruthless, even sometimes killing men for all their stuff while dosing them up on scopolamine. I want to get into the video and talk about what happened here, and then we'll come back.
But she goes by all different kinds of names on Tinder. This is her and her gang in an elevator after a successful robbery, in which they use scopolamine to drug the victim, which makes the victim sleep while they ransack the entire apartment, stealing all his valuables and all his belongings. They mainly operate in Medellin, but they do venture out to other cities in Colombia such as Cartagena, Bogota, Santa Marta. And so we set a trap and we found her. Only this time it didn't go as she planned. Her mistake was, about a month ago, she drugged and robbed an affiliate of Obiland TV in Cartagena. It is important to note that Camille and her gang have been sought all over Medellin. And from our investigations, she doesn't only target tourists, but also Colombians. This is one of her accomplices. We got her too. It is alleged for mean. Just last week, an American was found dead in his apartment. It is suspected to be a scopolamine attack in where a higher dosage may have been used. October 6, 2022, just 2 weeks.
So after that night, I woke up and I was pretty drugged up. And my mom and my sisters got in contact with someone from Colombia. They happened, I guess one of my homegirls out here was contacting my mom, and they bought me a ticket to go back to New York. But my boy was out in Cali, and my boy in Cali just told me to come through and don't go back to New York, because he said I just need to get my mind right, because I just needed to get my stuff together so I could still live out here. But I was gonna go back to the States because I didn't really have nothing going for myself after they took everything from me.
And so Senor Rio took a flight to Cali, where he linked up with Obiland. Obiland and Senor Rio discussed a plan and decided to fly out to Medellin.
Honestly, I was kind of nervous because when I spoke to those girls before I passed out, they sounded like they were from Medellin, and I had a feeling like I might see them in Medellin. And I told my boy, yo, I think these girls are from Medellin, and he said, yo, if we see them, we'll do. Yo, my heart just started racing, and I knew, since I'm out here, this is my time to get my redemption, and this is not my country, so I didn't want to do nothing violent and try to go link up with the girls and my emotions get the best of me. So, I 6'9" them, and I called some cops, and I held them down, and everything out here is about money, so I paid some cops, and I brought the cops with me so I could go get my stuff back. So guys, another update. You guys remember I got drugged and everything, right? So I'm in Medellin, and I'm still on Tinder, and I got to see the girl that I matched with on Tinder, and I sent it to my boy, and I said, "Yo, see if she'll talk to you." She's hitting him up, guys, and we're setting up a date tonight. So we're doing a couple of questions that I had asked her. So we're asking her for her friend, and we're gonna see if she sends a picture of her friend, and we're also gonna see if they don't ask for no money, because that was a big thing that I asked too when I was speaking to them. And right now they're already telling my boy we should drink. So you know what that means, guys. And like, if this is true, if this is her, guys, if this is her, guys, I'm already having a cop here. I'm gonna pay a cop to come with me, and we're just gonna bring them to this apartment, and we're gonna show them what it is, man.
These are the real transcripts in Spanish, translated between Cecilia and Obiland. Cecilia's voice has been computer generated. Hello, how are you? Are you available today?
Hello. What plans do you have today?
It's my first time in Medellin and I have a small apartment in Poblado. You look very attractive and I'd like to see you.
So as you heard there, it's a very terrible experience. All across YouTube, you will hear many different guys losing their valuables, in many cases even losing their lives, all across the country of Colombia. And so what happened is Brother Obiland and this brother teamed up to go back to Medellin, find these young ladies who stole from them, and brought them to justice. Now, part 2 is coming out that will describe it. But of course, certain things that I found was interesting in the video was that in the idea of them chatting with the girls, the women kept asking, what do you like to drink? What are you drinking on? What do you like to drink? And then trying to make them feel like that they're not prostitutes. And you'll find that out in the interview and stuff like that. And, it kind of makes me wonder about a lot of brothers who are in, the travel community or passport bro community. When you're coming over to other countries, it's not like, that everybody really appreciates you. In certain cases, depending on where you are, you can be targeted, right? And you need to really put it together that not everybody is out there trying to be your friend, and not every woman is looking out for your best interests. For some people, you're just another number, another name, and they're just out to get you. Now, I've even had a discussion about this with my brother Black Male Travels a few months ago. I want to play his clip about how this whole situation happened, and then we'll come back. How is it happening that these guys are putting themselves where they're losing everything? They get to take their laptops taken, their credit cards taken, their passports taken, all of that.
Well, the main drug that they're using is called scopolamine. Scopolamine comes from basically a plant out here. I mean, it grows in Colombia. And what happens is usually 9 times out of 10, a guy will meet a girl in a bar or something, or he'll meet a woman on Tinder, or he'll meet a woman in one of these little clubs out here, and they're going to they will put a drug in his drink. Now, when they put the drug in his drink, scopolamine was used by the CIA as a truth serum, man. So, you have like maybe a few minutes till it hits you, and basically you're a walking zombie at that point. You tell them everything. One guy, Colombian guy, picked up a couple of girls off the street to give him a ride. They was able to blow a dust in his face. It hit him. They went back to his house and they took everything. They robbed him for everything. Right now, the rumor is that, the pimps and whoever, some of these guys in the barrios are telling the girls that are, in that lifestyle to drug the tourists, because they feel like they drug you gonna have to go back home eventually. So that's one less guy that's gonna be looking for them, right? So you have to be very careful out here, man. It is happening it's happening a lot out here, unfortunately, man. And the best thing you can do is be aware of it, because if you're aware of it, you'll know, okay, I'm not gonna drink in front of her, I'm not gonna drink anything, or I'm just gonna get a beer and I'm not gonna leave my drink, because 9 times out of 10, what happens? Either they blow it in your face at some point. They can rub it on their bodies. They rub it on their breasts. So if you do get a lady, you might want to make sure she takes a shower before you engage in her. And you just gotta be really careful out here, man. But the best advice I can give you is if you feel any type of certain way after just a drink, I'm talking about remotely tired in any type of way. Some people say they feel a little dizzy first. You have a few, pretty much less than a minute to react as quickly as possible. So if you're out and about, you want to try to, leave. Hopefully you with a friend. You tell them, hey, I ain't feeling right. Let's go. And then you might want to go to the hospital. Or if you have them in your home, which is most likely where it happens at, you got to get them out as soon as possible, bro. If you feel any type of way, tired, dizzy, get them out. I don't care if they're butt naked. Get them out of there. Kick them out in the hallway, butt naked, close the door, and called, I believe, 123, call the local authorities so they can get you to the hospital because you've been drugged. They got to put that IV in you to get that out your system. Because it's a very dangerous drug, man. It has a lingering effect.
So guys, clearly, you need to be careful in dealing in Medellin. I want to reference this video also on Brother Obiland's channel. They also talk about people getting their phone stolen out there, right? Phone got stolen in downtown Central, phone bait with real footage. So you guys need to be careful when you go to Colombia. It is nothing to play with. I would say anywhere in the world, right? But as Brother Aaron was saying, if you're meeting women on Tinder, whatever you do, don't leave your drink with a new person that you don't know. And also with the scopolamine thing, that's something that they didn't mention, is that they can put it on their body parts. So you could be going thinking that you're about to, suck on somebody's breasticles or going down there, and they put it there, and then that makes you go to sleep, or they can blow it in your face. Also, you can become a zombie and will even, start carrying your own stuff out, and when you wake up, you have nothing and you don't remember anything. So I think you should really take that into consideration. You only have a few seconds. There is another brother that we know that was hit with the scopolamine, but once he felt that something was going on with his body, he immediately rushed the girls out of his house and locked the door. And, when he woke up the next day, he had all the stuff, but, he just didn't have anything. He had everything, but, he had an issue with that. So long as you guys understand that that's what's going to happen, in case, and you're safe, that's the most important thing, right? So make sure that, if you go there, girls on Tinder are typically asking weird questions. What do you like to drink? They're being aggressive. Like, when can I come over? This guy made the mistake and asked the woman to pour a drink. So that was very easy. And typically most women are not going to say, where are you at? Or I'm coming over. When can I see you? That's typically not how women talk, right? So it has to be some kind of strange motive or setup. So as long as you guys realize that this can happen to you, go for it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. And again, check out the video at the first link pinned to the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.